Black youth want freedom. That's why you see a bunch of black people jumping ship from the Democrat Party and coming over to the Republican Party. A lot of people waking up to the restrictions that the Democrat Party hold on people. Um, we see the censorship they're pushing. We see the mandates they've been pushing, and all the host of other things that's been going on with the Democrat Party. They are the real authoritarians, and black youth are waking up to that. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Now, when you hit that alarm bell, you can change it from personal to all. That way, you get all notifications from when I'm putting out stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. All right, let's talk about this news. Among the key headlines from the 2022 election were gains by Republicans among minority voters. According to the AP VoteCast survey, Republican House candidates got 14% of the black vote, almost twice the 8% of the black vote that Republicans captured in 2020 and 2018. The difference between the percentage of black votes that Democrats got compared to Republicans was 68 points, compared to a difference of 83 points in the 2020 election and 82 in 2018. So we're seeing a uptick. This was even more pronounced among younger black voters, ages 18 to 44, where the difference between the percentage voters voting Democrat and Republicans were 54 points compared to 76 points in 2020 and 75 in 2018. The Republican Party is most aggressively taking root among younger black voters. Per Pew Research, 28% of black Republicans are ages 18 to 29, compared to 17% of black Democrats and 10% of white Republicans. My own sense is that younger blacks are less inclined to think of themselves primarily by race and less inclined to think of their future in terms of racial group identity politics that the Democrats have been pushing for years now. Pew Research data shows 58% of black Republicans say that their race is a quote extremely or very important aspect of their personal identity. This compared to 82% of black Democrats. 21% of black Republicans compared to 6% of black Democrats say their race is of little or no importance to their personal identity. Also worth noting is that 50% of black Republicans live in lower income households. So, in general, black Republicans tend to be younger and poorer. This makes sense. These young black Americans are thinking about their future and have a sense of realism that their future is about their own efforts as opposed to racially driven government programs. Then again, that's what the Democrat Party is has been pushing for years. Government handouts. The governments are the savior. You don't need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and this appeals to a lot of young people that really don't want to put in the work. But per Pew, 45% of black Republicans compared to 21% of black Democrats are most likely to say that their future of black Americans um, depend on their own efforts. About half as many black Republicans compared to black Democrats. 44% versus 73% see racial discrimination as the main barrier to black progress and achievement. And y'all know how I feel about that. So change is underway, and this is good news. More in the upcoming generation of black Americans see themselves as the civil rights movement wanted all black Americans to be seen as unique individuals. You know, Martin Luther King talk about that all the time. Being judged on the content of your character, not the color of your skin. But we know that leftists are pushing the exact opposite. They want everyone to be identified by their race, which is total nonsense. And the young black Americans aren't putting up with this crap, and I love to see this. It's definitely a swing change. There's a change happening. People are waking up. That's why you have people like Stacey Abrams coming out blaming black men for her loss and all that, and they blaming black men because we don't subscribe to the mainstream notion of things. We're more awake and aware of what's really going on, and that's why they blaming black men for this. But this change must be greater and faster to slow and stop the leftward movement of the country. Per analysis from the Brookings Institution in 2022, among voters 65 plus, 76.3% were white, ages 45 to 54. 68.2% were white, ages 30 to 44. 62.2% were white, and 18 to 29. 56% were white. This demographic snapshot shows the future ethnic profile of the country. It is becoming dramatically less white. In 2022, 72% of voters were white, and 58% of them voted Republican, accounting for 42% of the overall Republican vote. If the overall profile looked like it does among 18 to 29 voters, 56% white rather than 72%, with no change in the percentage voting Republican, 58% with 58% white voters would be delivering 32% of the Republican votes rather than 42%. It should be clear that with the percentage of American population dramatically shifting to non-white Americans, there must be a corresponding dramatic increase in the percentage of non-white American voting for Republicans, or we can expect the country to continue to transform to big government and moral relativism. Despite the improvements, 14% of black voters and 39% of Hispanic voters voting Republican in 2022. This is not enough. We need more. We need a larger shift. But Republicans should be taking a closer look at the positive dynamics driving young blacks to the Republican Party and use this message to reach more minority Americans. That is, don't bank your future on racial politics like the Democrats do. Every American should be considered a unique individual, personally responsible for their own life. The job of government is not to protect life, liberty. I'm sorry, I said not. I apologize. The job of government is to protect life, liberty, property, and the pursuit of happiness for everyone. Doesn't matter your religion, doesn't matter your skin color, your or any of that stuff. It's every American citizen. But let me know what you think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out democrepublics.com for the latest news. Until next time, peace.